What's up, and welcome to the Sisterhood Corner. To the newbies, welcome. To those who've been here before, welcome back. I'll be reading two letters today. The first one reads Confusion Galore. Hi, Sisterhood Corner. I am a 33-year-old lady with three kids and am currently in a relationship with my boyfriend of 3 years. He has a son from a previous relationship. The relationship has been going fairly well, so well that he proposed I move in with him. My kids and I have been living a pretty decent life as I bought land and built us a shack, which I managed to really beautify and turned it into a cozy home. The main reason I went this okay, the main reason I went this route was because their fathers left and I became the sole provider for them. For someone who had nothing when the father of my last born left us, I have come a long way. I started a perfume selling business and though it was tough, I persevered and eventually started rebuilding my life. I'm extremely happy with where I am, and to be honest, am proud of my achievements, no matter how small they may seem to others. I am happy and my kids are thriving. Now, my boyfriend, on the other hand, was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. His family is well off, but he also is very hardworking and has built his own success. And though that's the case, he never seemed to be bothered by my less privileged background or the fact that I live in a shack. In fact, he will come visit for the weekend and park his German car under the shed and happily interact with my kids like they are his. All the more reason I love him. I've met his son as well, and we get along pretty well. Now, he recently asked that I move in with him, with the kids, of course. I have not given him an answer yet, but I have a lot of reservations. Though I've met his friends, I've never met his family, other than his child, of course. Also, the fact that he suggested moving in first and not marriage is a concern. I've made a lot of mistakes in the past where men are concerned, and I would hate to set myself back again in that way. Oh, set myself back again in that way. I often wonder if him not introducing me to his family has has to do with him being ashamed of me, or perhaps he knows his family would look down on me and never approve. Also, am I good enough to move am I good enough to move in with, but not good enough to marry? Does he then chuck me out of his house when he has had enough of me later on? I've been discarded before, and I would hate to feel that way again. Am I overthinking this? First of all, thank you so much for trusting us with your story. As you know, we keep all the interaction anonymous over here. So yeah, thank you for trusting us with your story. I wanna say this before I get into this letter, right? Um, I don't know how many of you have been Oprah Winfrey fans and watched the Oprah show and all of that, but I think if there's anything that I've picked up from Oprah and people like Ianla, it's how they've always often expressed the importance of um, sitting in a moment. Like when you sit in a moment, you are in a specific moment and you sit in it to try and figure some things out, and how our past and how we grew up and all of that can lead to self sabotage, right? So sometimes good things are happening and you start questioning why, because you haven't dealt with past traumas or childhood traumas or whatever the case may be. and how that can impact you going forward, and how you can self-sabotage and really destroy um, good things in your life, unintentionally so, right? So, and I say this to say, many of us have been through that, where you self-sabotage, and in the end you lose out on just about the most amazing either opportunity, or be it financial, work-wise, or even in a relationship. So it looks like that's where you are. Now, I could be wrong. Remember, I'm not in a relationship with the man. So, and also your gut should, as a woman, you should be led by your gut. Your gut should tell you everything. And also, you know him better. So, you'd be in a better situation in terms of that. But in terms of somebody like me from the outside looking in light of what you've provided as information and background for your relationship, just be careful not to self-sabotage. Don't let past traumas run your life. Because from what you're saying, the fact that this man will drive his German car, well, I'll go with what you said, and come and park it where you are. Um, I think your line, to be specific, you said, and park his German car under the shed, right? In your yard where you've built a shack for you and your kids. Um, I don't see a lot of men, rich or not, who will come and spend time with three children that are not theirs if they truly didn't love the mother. I'm sorry. I don't see how that would work. Shack or not, I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Um, I just don't see a lot of that happening, particularly in this day we live in, where a lot of them are very vocal about how they don't want to be stepfathers. So I'm just saying, just putting that out there. So it has to be something deeper. He really must care for you and your children for him to do that, right? Um, and he like you said, he interacts with your kids like it's his own. So the man clearly has a lot of love to give to both the mother and the kids. So for me, that's a tick, right? Is a tick of approval. Um, Now you then say things like you haven't been introduced to his family, you've met his friends, but you haven't introduced to his family. Look at it this way: whether or not, um, whatever his reasons for not introducing you to family as yet, if the reasons have to do with the fact that he is worried about what his family is going to think or how they would look down on you, then that speaks to how he's protecting you, meaning that surely he loves you, because that's how men show love, isn't it? Profess, provide, protect, right? Isn't that the sequence? So then he's playing the protection card, and he's clearly working out a method in terms of how he will introduce you to his family in a way that he can protect you from whatever. That's if this is me now going with your brain that says to you, what is he, is his family going to look down on him, on me? A type of situation. If that's what he's doing, then he's clearly protecting you from them. He knows them and he's protecting you. And perhaps his reason behind you moving in, he knows once you're under his roof, and the family sees you, he loves you, regardless of what they think, then he probably feels he can better protect you that way. I don't know. I mean, this is me just thinking at the top of my head. But I don't think it's fair for you to say he's ashamed of you. Yes, it's been 3 years. He has his reasons why in 3 years. Just that's where then the talking to him will come into play. I've been with you for such a long time. I've never met your family. Why is it? Perhaps have that conversation with him. But I don't think that it's a reason for you now to, start thinking the worst. And you also mentioned the idea around why move in without marriage. What if he just wants to do this on a trial basis? Because guys, whether we like it or not, right? Let's stop this thing of, if he wants you, he'll marry you. Guys, listen, life doesn't have a formula. Everybody lives their life differently. What if he wants to first see how you guys adapt to his lifestyle, to his life with the kids? How does everybody gel? Because once you guys move in, then you get introduced to his son. He first wants to see how this is going to work out. Remember, this is not even just about the two of you anymore. It's not like two child-free people dating. This is like parents dating. So what if he's also one of those people that feels like, let's give it a try? And I mean, what do you have to lose, even if that's the case? It's not like you are moving out of, a rented apartment to move into his life and then you don't have anything of your own. You are a smart woman who put yourself together and have a place of your own, right? So meaning that you can still keep your place, make sure it's taken care of, go there on weekends or whatever with the kids. You know what I mean? To make sure that place stays maintained. And then should this not work out, all you do is pack and go home. I don't know. Maybe it's just me because I mean, he already knows the kids, they gel. So it's not like you're trying to, you know what I mean? This is a new man that the kids don't know about. They know him. So I would say, think about it from that point of view. Excuse me. What do you have to lose? Right? Um, and speaking of your own place, I'm so heartbroken by the way you look down on yourself after everything that you've achieved. And there's a line in there where you say, although it doesn't seem like a lot to others, you know what? The others ignore all the others and what they think, right? I think social media has really destroyed a lot of um, people's minds because now we can't even practice gratitude for the little things we've achieved because, oh my God, according to others, oh, it's just a shack, right? Stop doing that. Like you said, after your baby daddy left you, you had nothing. You've built yourself up, started a perfume business, and here you are. You have a whole yard for your kids to come back from school and play in and enjoy themselves. Sit in your own space. Okay? There are a lot of people who have 3 kids and sitting at home and it's so bleak they don't know where to start. You've already passed that phase. You are proud of yourself and that's all that matters. So stop minimizing yourself. Stop gauging yourself against rich people. You are rich already in your own way. So that part disturbed me. And because of that part, I think that's why you're looking down on yourself and you might self-sabotage here. You might mess up a really good thing. There's really nothing wrong with your relationship here. You've met a man who loves you, loves your kids. You love him back. You have your own. Be proud of yourself. Never go into that relationship minimizing yourself because I promise you, he will eventually get tired of you putting yourself down. Because remember, when you put yourself down and you minimize yourself, your partner will pick up on that energy, and he will get sick of it. He fell in love with you for. You see, this is the thing. There's a reason why he's with you. He's in love with you, and you don't know, regardless of how rich he is or how up there in society is, he finds something in you that he hasn't found anywhere else, hence he's been with you for 3 years and he makes the effort and he makes the time. So that's enough. There's nothing more to this. There's nothing wrong with this relationship. So I say to you, listen, throw caution to the wind. Your kids have met this man. They gel. You have your own place. Worst case scenario, what's the worst that can happen? A breakup. If it happens, you go back to your place. You're not starting from scratch. You're not being discarded, as you so eloquently put it. You'd have been a woman who made a choice. You went into a relationship to give it a try. Didn't work out. It's life. We move on. That's if it doesn't work out. Best case scenario, this thing works out amazingly. The most important thing is that you communicate. And the most important thing is that you respect him. He respects you. If that is present in the relationship, I don't see any other problem because whatever storms you guys encounter, you'll be able to weather them together. That's just my 2 cents. But you don't have problems. This is a good relationship. There's really nothing wrong here. So I hope you see it from my point of view. I hope you think about it. But like I said, your gut will tell you. As a woman, we all have a gut feel. That should tell you. Best of luck.